All right. So Doris, you've just finished your visit here in South Sudan. Can you tell us about your impressions about what you've seen?
Yes, Tiffany. I just finished a 10-day tour of our program here in South Sudan. And South Sudan is one of the poorest countries. NP has 9 locations in South Sudan in 6 states. And I had an opportunity to visit 2 field offices, plus spend time in Juba, the capital. One of the field sites I went to was at the northern Barghazal state that borders Sudan, and there I went almost to the border and participated in a meeting that we facilitated with a Joint Peace Border Commission that is trying to facilitate trade and normalize situations in that very, very vital border corridor. The other field office that I had an opportunity to visit was in the Lakes state. This is a state in the middle of South Sudan with no international borders, and it is a state that has a lot of intra-clan violence, and we participated in a meeting between the Women Peacekeepers team that NP has created and the cattle raiders, the youth and elders, where we talked about the conflict and the need to end the conflict, and how difficult it is. And in that meeting it was very clear to me that there is nothing fast or instant about peace. It takes time. We sat on the ground in that meeting for 4 hours and people were talking because it is a very difficult security, safety situation. In Juba, we met with representatives from the donor community, European Union, US government, various partner organizations, and government representatives. And Juba is very different from the rest of the country. The countryside is incredibly poor. When you look around, it's hard to understand where the billions and billions have gone. In Juba, the streets are full of Land Cruisers and shiny 4x4 vehicles. There's a bank across the street from the bank and new buildings are going up. So lots of donors here, lots of money being spent in Juba. I learned that we NP are one of the few organizations who is really in the field, on the ground, doing things. And this is what I heard from the diplomats and from the donors and from the government people. NP is out there in the bush, in the community, working with the people, trying to really enhance security and safety, something that has a real impact on people's daily lives. And this is what I heard from everyone. Also so we were praised by everyone for the work we do, and we do this work in the most difficult circumstances. I now know what it is taking a shower using buckets and what it is like being without any electricity for days on. You're lucky you get half an hour. These are the conditions that our staff does extraordinarily good work in the most difficult of circumstances. And the need out there is far greater than what we are currently able to provide, which to me underscores the need for us to reach out to new donors and really help to improve people's lives on the ground. The other thing that impressed me a great deal was the analytic excellence that our staff has. This morning I spent several hours in the US Embassy, and the same was true yesterday at the European Union Embassy, where we called in to provide situational analysis on what is going on in the ground. because we go to places where others don't go. We go to places where even the UN doesn't go. So when it comes to finding out what really is going on in the field, on the ground, between the parties in conflict, we know. So people turn to us for conflict analysis. So it's no wonder that when there is a meeting in town, NP is often, according to Tiffany, the only NGO who gets invited, because we have built a reputation for excellence in the field and outstanding analysis. I can't tell you, Tiffany, how impressed I am with the hard, dedicated people we have, the quality of the work, and your leadership. I mean, we have excellent leadership here, and I am just so proud of the work NP does in South Sudan.